Hello, welcome. This is Birdy. Welcome to a new lesson in Houdini. Today we continue our series Advanced RBD Constraint for Building Destruction in Houdini. Today we'll make the debris and explain some different techniques. So let's get started. So now we will have two pop network, one for the debris and the other for the particle. Let's name this debris, if I write it correct, and this one will be the particles. Okay, both will be different because let's come inside and see. First of all, we need to change the scatter into surface to all points. Use the first one. Yeah, now it's working as we can see here, but I will I don't want to see the guide. Okay, this one okay, let's go to the verse first. I will leave it in the life expansion because I want it to live longer. I don't want the debris to disappear or die. Okay, second, let's choose the backward and use point velocity. It will give us better result, especially with the direction of the fluid of the. Okay, so everything looks good. Maybe we give it a little variance, add to inherit velocity. Maybe I will make it like 0.01. Just such a small, maybe like this would be much better. Just a slight amount of variance. Okay, but of course we need to add many things here, and also let's add a merge. Let's add a pop wind like this. Maybe we can put one. Of course I had to add it. Resistant, yeah, maybe I'll make it resistant 0.1, and also let's add code here. I said that the air resistant, as we can see it here, its attribute as it written air resist. So air resist equal fit. The edge depend on the edge. It started from 0 to the channel maximum to the number that we will put. Then it will start it from 0, and at the end it will be 1. 1 meaning at the end of its edge it will have its the complete air resistant here. Okay, can make like this, maybe 10 or maybe half of its life. Okay, what else? Yeah, we need to add force gravity, as we can see here. Also we need to add a ground, but before we add a ground, let's make sure that we are in the debris. Actually I will delete this one, I don't need it here. We will do the particle in the next lesson. Yeah, I want to add this one. Make this one, I will name this collider, something like this. Okay, I'll stand here. This is the collision that we will have. As we can see, there is something we can do here about it. Okay, we can make a let's make it here. Let's make a delete node here, and this delete one. Okay, I want to delete by a boundary box, as we can see here. Let's make a boundary box here. So we will make an area that we don't want the particle go over it. Okay, so just to make sure that we don't have a crazy piece, like it's go very far, so we have to it will slow the rendering and the calculation, especially in the simulation for the smoke and particle and so on, but basically in the for the smoke. Okay, so maybe I'll make this. Okay, looks good. I think this one looks, yeah, but it has to be a little like this. Delete non-select. Okay, looks perfect. Yeah, but this one also need to be a little longer. So I think this is more than enough for the particle. We don't want any particle to go bigger than maybe something like this. Let's see. Maybe this one need to be getting a little bigger, and this one need to be a little bigger. Okay, so nothing, almost nothing change. Just we make sure that nothing go crazy very far, crazy far. Okay, so now we have the collide. Let's go to the collision and let's choose the deforming object. We are not going to use the static because this is not static. As we can see, pieces are going everywhere, so we'll use deforming object. So select it, take time, and of course make sure that we are in the correct, no, not this one, yeah, this one. Actually I will send at the beginning here. Make sure that we are in the correct solver, dub network debris. That's correct. Let's choose it again, choose it and hit enter. Okay, let's go inside again. As we can see here, it made a node tree for the collide, and also in the top network, as we can see here, it add our collision as a volume. So this is the volume. If we want to see it, how it looked like, take time because it's a little has many detail. Okay, so it takes a little time, so but we need to reduce the amount of the division so we can see more detail. As we can see here, now we started to see more detail, but doesn't have to be smaller than this. But anyway, of course it's up to you, but for me I think this looks good. Also I would like to add a ground. As I said earlier, we'll add a ground. But make sure that this ground, in the middle, maybe like this, doesn't really matter, but both collider must be in the left before the particle. Okay, I think that's it. So you can see again what's happening. Let's see. Oh, wait, let me hide the collide because it will take time. We can hide this as well, so I will leave it. Okay, looks good, as we can see. But of course we can control the amount of inherent velocity. Maybe I will make it 0.75 first. Second, let's change a little of the physical. As we can see, there is no friction. I will make it 0.9 as a friction. The bounce, we'll make it 1.5. I will make it the half. Let's check the debris. Physical, okay, looks good. The background, physical also looks good. And you know what? Maybe I'll make this one. This one. Okay. Looks good. So I don't think there is much more to do here. Okay. So I will just go back to the debris, and now let's file cache this one. Let's name it let's name this one debris. Okay. Yeah, so as we can see here, we have a problem. We import the background and the object and everything. We don't need that because we importing everything by the start. So let's type here, I think in the pop. No. Okay, let's see inside pop object. We need this one as a pop object. Okay, something wrong. Yeah, so it's worked just fine. Not sure why it didn't before, but anyway, we can see here we only have points, and that what's really matter. So let's make the file cache like this, and let's, of course, we need to put the thing that we want to import, which is our pop object or even pop star. So it will. So let's hit save, and I will come back to you after it's finished, inshallah. Okay, so the caching is done. Load. Because we cannot see it here probably. Let's make a sphere. Let's make the sphere 0.1. Let's copy 2 points. It's not very clear. Maybe I'll make it 5, maybe 2. Also, just for now, let's give it attribute rand. This one, not for now. This one, let's make it p scale. P scale is dimension minimum 0.01, maximum 0.1, 0.05, 0.01. Okay, so this is the minimum, the maximum. We can also, actually I don't want to see the environment in the background. Enable lighting viewport. No, I don't want to see it. Okay, let's go back to the debris. Yeah, let's make a merge. Let's measure this one with maybe This one doesn't matter, just to see it everything together. So as we can see, we have it like this. I think this attribute need to be just a little more small. Yeah, something like this. Okay, it's much better. Okay, looks good. Of course, we can play with the number of the debris as we said, as we did here. We can switch between this one and this one. We can do lots of things. We can even control. Don't forget that we plus lots of it. We can adjust all this stuff. Okay, even even the point replicate, we can increase the number, maybe for 3 or something. Okay, so let's delete this one. This was for demonstration only, and let's continue. Now we need to make a pop network for the particles. Okay, so I can use this one as well. Okay, so I will make a dop. You know what, maybe I can simply just use this one. Don't have to change a lot about it. Okay, it will cache. So here only I think all I have to do, just play a little with the burst. I want the burst to be only 1 second and plus or minus 0.5 half a second. So all this debris, all this particle will appear only 1 second and disappear. Also I need to make more various to be let's see, maybe 0.5 or something like this. Okay, so make a little variant there. Maybe play a little with the inherit velocity. Can do all this, and still we need all of this stuff. Okay, so nothing much will change, just a few things. Okay, this one also I will add scale for it. I will make it much smaller. Something like this, something really small, and this one will be the okay. I don't think I need to add anything for it more. Power curve. Okay. Yeah, the measure table. Okay, it works fine. Just I need to add file cache as well, and also I may you know what? Maybe I will use this one instead. Yeah, I will use this one. Yeah, okay, and also delete this one here. Okay, maybe add the noise a little more, and everything else looks fine. What was this? I don't need this one because we're not going to have this attribute here. So we'll commit everything. We'll have lots of particles. Of course, it will take time. I think it looks good. Like maybe I can add a file cache here. Yeah, okay, I'll name this one particles. Okay. Okay, so I made two samples for the debris mesh. Okay, they are slightly different, but both have the same concept. Okay, so I will discuss the first one. The first one, we will bring a box, give it a mountain, like different, as we can see, different offset, as we can see here. Okay, so we have three different boxes, as we can see here. Okay, so I'll give it normal first, then normal, of course, for the lighting. Then we will give it a connectivity, and this will be in the primitive, like connectivity like this. Okay, but we will change it from point to primitive because we want it in the primitive. Okay, so everyone will has a class. So we will create a new attribute called name, and it's a string. So a string, it will be intense shift underscore plus IOTO class, meaning this number or this value, consider it a string. So when we use this function ITOA, so we convert this number, float, whatever the value here, to consider as a string. So intense 1, intense 2, all this will be reading as a string. Okay, because if we, for example, if we just leave it as an @s class, okay, it will not going to read it as a, it will, as we can see here, there will be an error because there is plus. So this cannot be happened. So it work like this way, and of course we will run it in the primitive. Okay, so for example, if we check here the spreadsheet primitive, we have we have two attribute, class and name. Okay, so as we can see here, we have intense 0, all the primitive that in one box, it will have the same name: intense 0, intense 0, intense 1, intense 2, intense 0, and so on. Okay, so now we will pack it just to minimize it, to run it faster. Okay, and here we will use in the delete expression this I'll make it a little bigger so you can read it. Shader, not sure how to open this windows, but anyway, here we are saying that S class, delete the class that have a different had a number, because as we know we have three classes, 0, 1 and 2, right? So if class equal 0, then delete it, or equal 1, then delete it, or equal 2, then delete it. Okay, delete non-select, meaning it will keep the class 0. Okay, but how can we change the number here from 0 to 1 to 2? By using stamp function. Stamp we will use here as a copy. Okay, so let me make a switch. Like this. Okay. So here we have, as we can see here we have a code. We use a copy stamp. We have a stamp input, check it, and here we will type a code for the ID this function, this sample by 10, meaning every 10 number it will give us 1. Okay, so every 10 number it will give us 1. Okay. So it will keep repeating from 1 to 10. Okay, but we need to make it just 3 because we only have 3. Okay, so all this will change. As we can see now, we have different boxes. We are using those 3 different boxes. Okay, and of course this is the name of the stamp. So we type it here, stamp, open bracket, dash 2 points, dash copy 1, the node of the stamp. Okay, and the name, then close the bracket. So we select it, then we type the name of the stamp in 2 dashes and then 0 0. If you didn't find the value here, give it 0. That's name, and then close the bracket. Okay, so maybe we need to control to something like this, make it much smaller because this looks big. Yeah, something like this. Maybe we can make it bigger actually, from this value to this value. Okay, so I think this value is huge. Make it something like this. Okay, this looks better. So this is the first concept. Okay, the first concept is a little different and it's much easier. Okay, so we are using this one. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We will scale it, no problem. First of all, we need to make a box. Okay, we will just make a box, and this box we will shutter it. Shutter, yes, shutter it. So as we can see, after we shutter it, shutter it. As we can see here, if we use explode view for 10 pieces, we have in the scatter hint 10 points, so or 10 seeds. So we will have 10 fracture, right? Then we need to delete only one of them. I mean, we need to keep only one of them. So by default, the Voronoi fracture gives us an attribute name called piece. Okay, so piece, we will type the same. Code piece dash stamp blah 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 close bracket. Okay, so we will only have one piece, one fracture from this 10. Okay, but as we can see here, it's point, its pivot point is not in the center, so we need to bring it to the center. How can we do this? By transform. We type in the pivot transform this code, meaning put the pivot point in the center of this mesh or this polygon that we have. Okay, $SECEX capital, then $CEY, then the y axis, then z axis. Okay, it will put it in the center. Make it this one. Now it will read only three boxes or three fractions, right? But maybe we would like to read the 10, so we'll increase this number to 10 because we have 10 points, 10 different boxes. So as we can see here, to see all of them, as we can see, everyone looks completely different than the other. Okay, so really looks very nice to me, and this is how we can make the breeze and make it mesh. Maybe we just need to make something like this here, and I will name this out the breeze mesh. Okay. And that was it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, please type it below the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it. Also, if you have any question, you can join our tier on Patreon. Ask me anything for technical support. Also, all the HIP files are available on Gumroad. And if you like, you can join our group on Facebook and share with us your works. And I see you in the next lesson. Have a good day.